Sound effects. So we have this. Hello, hello, hello. All right. So what are we doing? We are looking at this abacus, and abacus is a counting tool. This counting tool helps us understand how to visualize our numbers. Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. So what we're doing is we're going to look at an abacus. An abacus is a counting tool. So when I look at this, I want to know that the beads that are touching this line right here is what's being counted. So I have 6 on the abacus, right? 5 plus 1 is equal to 6, and then we have 8. 5 plus 3 is equal to 8, and then 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. So you'll notice that when the top beads are touching this horizontal bar, that's what's being counted. Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. What we're doing is we're learning how to read the abacus, and right now I have my ones, my tens, my thousands. No, my ones, my tens, my hundreds. There we go. So notice that anytime the beads are touching the horizontal bar, that's what's being counted. Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? So what we're doing is we're understanding how to read the abacus. So these are touching, so these are counted. This is 5, this is 1. So all the bottom beads is a value of 1, so these are 1. So this is 1, 1, 1. There's 3 1s, so this is 3, and this is 5. This is a value of 5. That's what this means. So then we have this. Again, this is a value of 5. Hello, JJ. Hello, JJ. And then we have 2, 1, 2. So what we're seeing 687. 600, 5 plus 1 is 6, 5 plus 3 is 8, 5 plus 2 is 7. How are you? I'm okay. I'm kind of hanging in there. My allergies are really kicking me. Yeah, my allergies are like I got a stuffed up nose. Oh, can you hear it? Yeah, I think I get a little bit of this out. I feel you. Yeah, right. I don't know why. I don't know why I get some really bad allergies. But yeah, I won't be staying too long. I'm just gonna give a little bit of a nudge and then head on out. So, but thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. How are you doing today? You all right? Hello everybody. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Please keep your mind open for something different.
Open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
I know how to fix the stuffy nose. How do you fix a stuffy nose? Is it PG? Is it, are you sure it's legal? Shake your thumb. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Thanks, JJ. Thanks. I don't know if that's gonna really work. Hello, Carlos. You're still in bed all day. Try it. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's horrible. Is it COVID? That sucks. Our next question. So here we go. We have our ones, our tens, our hundreds. So when I look, all the bottom beads are touching. When the bottom beads are touching, it's all a value of 1. So this is 1, this is 1, 1. So that's 2. And then we do 1, 1, 1, 1. This is now 4. I haven't got tested, but I've been throwing up. Probably going to still stay. Oh, hey, I wonder if you have food poisoning. So this is 421. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. You should go check yourself out. Just saying. Yeah. If it's bad, I think you should go check it out now. I don't know why you're waiting. Especially if you're throwing up. It's not a good idea that you're throwing up. I suggest you go to the urgent care. Because you never know. You never know. If it's still bad, come on. Does it have to be bad? I think it's bad right now if you're throwing up and you can't keep anything down. So the answer is 421. I like the abacus sideways. I like the sideway abacus. Oh, you do? I don't have that. I don't work with sideways abacus. So we have our ones, right? We have our ones. We have 1, 1, 1, 1. This is 4 ones. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 again, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then we have the top beat is a value of 5. And then we have 1 here. I might get ready to go now. Urgent care is, oh yeah. Do urgent care. Go urgent care. Throwing up is not a good thing. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's so stupid. So, like, yeah, go to urgent care, check it out. You know what I mean? Have a peace of mind because it's only just a phone call, and that's the reason why urgent care is there. So you should go to the urgent care and get it all squared away. You know what? They might give you something that makes you sleep better too. You know what I mean? So why wouldn't you? You should go to urgent care, especially throwing up. Yeah. So take care, Carlos. I hope to see you soon. Yeah. Yeah. Go get checked out. So our number is 100, right? 1. We have the horizontal bar. The horizontal bar is what tracks. Oh no, thank you, Carlos. Thank you. No, I'm happy that you will listen. Cuz we just never know. We just never know. Yeah, not a problem. So we have the top bead is a value of 5. We have the 4 beads at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. And then we do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that the 5 is not touching the horizontal bar. Because because the bead is not touching the horizontal bar, it is not counted. So this is actually 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we add the 5, then this would be 9. But the question is not. The question is 194. 100, right? Notice there's only one bead here. 194. And there we go. I was going to say, Carlos, don't be an old Chinese woman. My mother-in-law doesn't go to the urgent care when she feels ill. So don't be an old Chinese woman. Go to urgent care. There's a reason why there's urgent care. So we have our next number. We have our ones, our tens, and our hundreds. We have our ones, our tens, and our hundreds. For those of you that are joining, if you guys know, what number do you think this is? So we have our top beat is a value of 5 and the bottom beat is a value of 1. 2 is counted. 1, 1. So that's what 2 is, right? 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. We have another one. We have 1 over here. So this is actually 17. This one and this together makes 17. That's how you get 17. And then we add this one is the hundreds. Because this is the hundreds, we have 717. That's what this looks like. So we have 7, 5 is the top beat, plus 2 is the bottom beats, plus 2 is ones and 1. So together this makes 7. So this is 717. So we have our next number. So when we're looking, this is not 3. The reason why is because we have the top beat. The top beat, thank you, Michael. How's it going? Did Audrey just get off? I didn't. I've been kind of indisposed a little bit. So this is not 3, this is actually 7. The top bead up here and the 2 bottom beads. So if I take away the top bead, this is now 2. So we have 3 over here. Notice it's all the bottom beads. 1, 2, 3. None of the top beads is touching, so they're not being counted. And then we do it again. We remove the top bead, right? So we get 2. 1, 2. So my final answer is 232. There we go. Thank you for the follow. Emotion. And thank you, Gracie. Thank you, Gracie. No, she's been off. Oh, okay. Hopefully she gets some sleep. Woo. Thank you, Melissa, for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. So we have our next number. Yeah, we have our next number. We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. Again, notice that all the bottom beads are touching the horizontal bar. So if it's the bottom beads, this would be 1. This is 1, 1, 1, 1. So this is 4 ones. And then we have 3. 1, 1, 1. 3 ones, 4 ones, and 1. So the 1 means the value of 1. So we have 341. That's what that looks like. So 341 takes me over here. And then we have 341. We have our next number. That's what it is. We have our next number. So we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. So we have our hundreds, we have our tens, and our ones. So we have 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. We have 1. Because the top beat is not touching the horizontal bar, only 1 is counted. Thank you, Michael. It is 818. Well done. This is 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. So as Michael mentioned, that's what it is. 818. 801. 8. Well done. Well done. Well done. So then our next number, for those of you that are interested or want to know, please let me know what number you think this is. So our next number, we have our hundreds, we have our tens, and we have our ones. What number do we think this is? So if you notice, there's the two bottom beads over here, and then we have, hello Peachy, thank you so much. Peachy Rays, thank you so much. It is 253. 50, the top bead is a value of 5, and then 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Rahab. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Michael. So this is what we're doing. So when the beads are touching the horizontal bar, it is considered counted. So this is 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 1. There's 3 ones over here. This is a 5. The value of 5 is the top bead, and then we have 2. 1, 2. So our final answer is 253. And then if we look, every column is a place value. So for those of you that just joined in, this is what each column means. There's the ones, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, and the 10,000s. That's it. That's it. Thank you so much, everybody, for liking the live. Thank you so much for liking the live. I do appreciate that. Trying to get it out to the FYP because I am here to show the Matrix what an abacus is. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Welcome to the real world.
So for those of you that are interested, please keep your mind open for something different. It is not new. It's actually very different.
Now open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
So again, we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds. And then when we look at the beads are touching this horizontal bar. Do I have the sniffles? I have allergies, and they're really kicking my cheeks. Yeah, I got allergies, and it's like no joke. So we have 200 because there's 2 here. We have a 5. The top bead is a value of 5, and then we have 3. 1, 2, 3. Good evening, Machiavelli. Oh, don't worry about that, Anthony. Prime hits backfoot. Whoa, I don't know. Good morning, Machiavelli. Good evening. Good evening. I don't have an evening thing. I just have this. So our answer is 253. Thank you, Michael, for the answer. 253. That's what the answer is. Thank you, Rehab. I hope I'm saying your name right, Rehab. Thank you. Oh, yes. Thank you, Danny. It is 1:23 right now. Well, for you. I'm in the West Coast, so it's only 10:30 for me right now. So we have our number. That's what it is. 253. That's what we have. And so I'm happy you're here, though, because you're just doing some midnight math. It's crazy that I get like all these East Coast here. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm hoping I said your name right. We're getting a lot of East Coast, and so I can't remember. What's my plans for tonight? Thank you for asking, Machiavelli.
Ray, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Thank you so much for asking, Machiavelli. So we have 987. So what do? We have 5 in the top beat and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are being counted, so this is 4. We have 5 on the top beat and then 3. 1, 2, 3. This is 8. Because notice that this beat is not counted, so this is why this is 8. And then we have 5 plus 2 is 7. Again, we have 2 beads here. That's not being counted. So this is why we have 7. So it's 987. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Machiavelli. We have 987, and then we have our next number. Our next number, we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. What number do we think that is? We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. For those of you that are coming into the room, thank you for joining. My name is Lynette. I've been teaching Abacus for about 20 years. What is an abacus? An abacus is a counting tool that visualizes your number. Thank you, Peachy. Thank you, Rehab. Thank you, Subliminal. Thank you, Michael. Yes. Thank you, House of Threads, for the follow. So we have 712. That's what it is, 712. Well, how do we get that? Well, the top beat is a value of 5. The bottom beat's a value of 1. So we have 1 and 1. So we have 2 ones. This becomes 7 because the top beat is touching the horizontal bar. We have 5 plus 2 is 7. This is 1, and then this is 2. 1, 2. There we go. Thank you for the follow, DMP. So we have 712, and then our next number here. How we do? How you doing? How you doing? I know this might be routine for you, but it is blowing my mind. Thank you for not being a troll, Anthony. I appreciate your compliment. I appreciate your compliment. It is not 800. It is 950. Yep, 945. Not bad. Thank you, Peachy. Thank you, Venom. Right? Does that make sense, Rehab? So when I look, this is actually 845. I appreciate your compliment. Thank you. Thank you, Anthony. Rehab, does that make sense? So when we look at it, we have our 9, 4, 5. 9, 5 plus 4 is 9. We have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 5. So it's actually 945. And we're up to the end. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Okay, we're done. No, we're not. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. There's plenty more to talk about. Yes. Okay, good. I got my... Oh, good, LD. Oh, my God. That's exciting. That's really exciting, LD. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for letting me know. I'm very excited when people go through my books, but I'm also very scared. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Oh, I don't know if it's really up to par, but I'm excited that you got it. Thank you so much for letting me know. So for those of you that are interested, I do have... Oh, no. It's the wrong book. I do have this book available in my TikTok shop. You can also purchase an abacus with it. This is what we're doing is we're just trying to understand how to read the abacus. So the answer is 324. Well done. Well done. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Rehab. Thank you, Peachy. Thank you, Venom. Well done, everybody. Is there any numbers that the abacus cannot replicate? No. That's a very good question, but no. Because why? Because the abacus is it represents every number, and it's a decimal system, right? So we are working with a decimal system. We don't do imaginary numbers. Does that make sense? Because imaginary number is a concept. So we don't do imaginary numbers. If you do a negative, it's just the same thing, but with a negative sign. But even with an imaginary number, you could still write it out. You know what I mean? So, well, if I did 3, if I choose, okay. So even we have, right, a pi. If I want to choose, I have 2 dots. I have 1 dot here and 1 dot here. I don't know if you can see that. But I have 2 dots. And I use a dot to my place value. I use a dot as a placeholder. This is telling me a label that this is my ones place. If I choose this one, or I could choose this one. So if I choose this one over here like a Pokemon.
Pokemon, I choose you!
This would be my ones place. So then Exotic Man said 3.14159. That's what that would look like. So if you can write it out, then the abacus can... If you can write it out, then the abacus can mimic it. So is it because... So is it 342? Yes, it is. That's in the row? Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Jordan. So not even 800? I don't know what that means. Hello, and yes. So I got 510 book and the 4-digit finish up through... Oh, hey. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. What's up, Anthony? Oh, yeah. So even an imaginary number, you get the I, right? So you can't really replicate that in the abacus. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to think, and I'm a little bit foggy right now, but I think you can replicate each number because it all depends on the decimal system. Right? The base decimal system. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, what was what? Oh, I see. Yeah. I've seen my whole life and I know how to work. Yeah. You know those kids that do this? When the kids, and there's sometimes they get really like exotic and they get really exaggerate, it's because they're doing abacus formulas. They're doing the abacus methodology. And that's what I'm going to show you. We're going to walk through it. So we're going to continue on understanding how to read the abacus. So we have, I choose this one to be my ones place. So that means that I can actually do this. I could do 0.00001. So that'd be a very, very small number. I can also replicate what it looks like as Roman numerals. So Roman numeral 1 would look like 1. If I do 2, it would look like 2. 1, 2 on the Roman numerals, 1, 2 on my beads. If I do 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. We have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 5. 5 is a V, which is always going to be the top bead. Hello, Allie. I had to go get my abacus. Thank you. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that compliment. Thank you so much. Looking great. Thank you, 3005. So this is what 5 looks like. And so what is 6? 6 is 1, 1, and 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. See how there's the similarities? 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. We have 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. I'm buying one from you this weekend for sure. Oh, great, great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We have 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. This is what 9 looks like. It's different, right? But then what's 10? Well, 10 is a 1 and a 0, right? This is not 10. This is 55. And then we could, like, we can use this as a, if we use this one as my ones place, then thank you, LD, for the rose. Thank you so much for all the roses. So we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000. So I choose this one to be my ones place, just like a Pokemon.
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
All right. So then we go back and we do this number. We could do 3,000. Notice that I do 3,000. Oh, so I can't see that. When you notice when you do the 3,000, there's a comma over here. That's why I have a label right here. That label tells me the comma. So I could do 3,456. That's what we have. And then what are we going to do? We could do one step further. We could do 73,025. That's what we have. Okay, so what happens if we have this? Well, we would do that.
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
So we have 55,555.55. Thank you, everybody, so much for liking the live. We're at 3,000 likes. Thank you so much. I'm hoping that the FYP will push it out some more so we can get in some people to understand what the abacus is. Because I'm here to abacify the world. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to the real world.
Welcome to the real world.
So then my next number would be 9.
99 problems, but if ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but if ain't one. Hit me.
So I have 99,999.99. Yes, thank you, applesauce. So when you look at it, we have the 5 is the top bead and then plus the 4. So that's what applesauce is meaning, is that this is actually 9. We have 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. Does that make sense? So when we're looking, we have 9 and then 10 would look like that. That's what 10 would look like. And then we have 11, 12, that's 12. 13, 1 and 3 is 13, 1 and 4 is 14, and then 15, 1 and 6, right, is 16, 1 and 7 is 17, 1 and 8 is 18, 1 and 9 is 19, and then we have 20. So it just repeats, right? It's not that, it's simple to use and easy to understand. So when we're looking, let's do a little review again. We can even do it with tally marks. I'm going to use this one to be my ones place. So I go 1, and I have tally marks of 2, so it'll be 1, 2. And then here I have 3, 1, 2, 3 is my tally marks, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that the slanted ones, right? The diagonal ones, that's our 5. That's what 5 would look like, right? And so when we have 6, we have 5 plus 1 is 6. And then we have 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. We have 8. 5 plus 3 is 8, and then we have 9. 5 plus 4 is 9, and then 10 is 1 and 0. That's the difference. Hello, Robert. Hello, Robert. How are you doing? I'm happy that you joined. How is your live? Hanty. This is for you.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Do you understand the words that are coming out from my mouth?
So when we're looking, we have the top bead is a value of 5. Anytime the beads are touching this horizontal bar, that's what's being counted. So we have 5, right? And then this is 1. So we have 1, right? This is 6. Notice we have one top bead and one bottom bead. We have 6. And then we have 7. Ooh, 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. And then we have 8. What is the dot indicator? Oh, it's a label. Hello, Josh. It is a label. The label is right here. The label is just for the ones place, right? The reason why, and then if you notice, there's one right here. So this one would be for the grouping, like the thousands. So these dot indicators help you group the numbers, just like on this one. Here is a 13-column abacus. Here is a 7-column abacus. The 13-column abacus is just bigger because you have bigger numbers because because size matters, right? So when we're looking, we want to pay attention to the dots. I have many dots here, right? So I can use this one to be my ones place. Then I have my thousands, and then I have my millions. So yes, the blue ones is always a value of 5. It's the fifth. It's the fifth? What do you mean it's the fifth? This one right here, the reason why I have a dot here is to tell me the ones place. Does that make sense, Han? Right? So when we're looking, we're understanding that this is the ones place. All of these that are touching the blue, all of the top beads touching this horizontal bar is considered 5. Yeah, so this is 5. It's 5, 5, 5. So if I did this, this would be 5, right? These would all be zeros. And then if I add the 1, that would be 6. And if I add the 1, this would be 7. If I add another one, this would be 8. And then I add another one. Do you recommend the 13-column one for the, or start with the color one? It depends on your liking, really. It's a more of a personal preference. I like the colors, so that's why I'd use this. But then I would consider to graduate when you go into division, because you have more space to help you divide. But if you want to just go straight to the 13 column, you can too. I started off with a single column one because that's all we had. But since now it's become a little bit more popular, there's more variety of the abacus. So it is really a personal preference. I do believe that the colorful one is easier for the beginners. Whether you're an adult or a child, it's still easier to see because then you can, and then it will help you realize it. But if you're colorblind, then it doesn't matter. I think that's the funniest thing. So yeah, I have a colored one. Yeah, and I love it. Yeah, I like to use a colored one. I like to use this one, but I feel like that if this one was 13 columns, I think there'd be too much color. So then when you start using, when the numbers get bigger, then I would start using the 13 column one. Compact. It is compact, and it travels nicely. It travels nicely in my pocket. So you'll notice, like when I go travel, when I go camping and traveling and stuff, you'll notice I do most of my abacus on the. Most of my posts are using the colorful abacus because one, it's just easier to see, and two, I just use really the basic information. So I carry it to practice. Yeah, it is compact. It's actually kind of nice. It fits well in your pocket. It's like the size. Here's my phone. I have a iPhone 12. It's the small one. It's not the big one. So when you're looking, it's about the size. There we go. Yeah. So it's not huge. So if my hand is this big, that's how it fits nicely into a pocket, right? So 13 is a little bit cumbersome if you want to if you want to carry it around. Okay, so we got that. So does that make sense, Ihan, about the dots? Does that make sense? So it doesn't matter which dot you choose. You just got to choose one. It doesn't matter if you do this one. It's like the size of a cassette tape. You just that's how old we are. There we go. Here we go. Playing cards. Here's a cassette tape. For those of you that don't know what this is a cassette tape. It's a little bit bigger than a cassette tape. There we go. There's my cassette tape. Playing cards. Do I have playing cards? I don't have playing cards. It's kind of like the size of playing cards. Kinda. It's a little bit bigger than playing cards. But you just say your age. Does your abacus pose in pictures when you go camping? Yes, it does, actually. And it finds itself in different places, like on the tire, on a next to the kids, on a rock. Yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. and it's a lot of counting in the middle of everywhere. So I went to Yellowstone this year, and wherever I went, I would just start counting on the abacus, and then I also count like in the car too. Yeah, thank you, Michael. I don't know if I just have no life or that's how much I really like the abacus. All right, so that's a little bit about the thing. I know cassette tapes. I used I used to record songs on them. Yeah, okay. That's a good one too. Yeah, I remember that. I don't know if anybody remember this, but in order to get the songs from the radio, we would have to like record the songs from the radio, and you have to like plan it nicely because you don't want the commercial in the front and the commercial in the back. I remember that. Oh my God. All right. So we did that. We're going to do now. Thank you for the nostalgia. Yeah. Put the tape on the top to record. Yeah. I remember that. Or, yeah, I remember that. And then remember you had to use a Bic pen? You had to use a Bic pen to rewind it? Remember the Bic pens? Like, we don't even have it anymore, but like there's the Bic pens to be able to spin it around, to wind and rewind and unwind. Yeah, those were the days. And then we had these little tabby thingies. Okay, so now we're just talking about tapes. So there's these little tabby things. If you break it, then you can't. Then it becomes permanent. So what I would do sometimes is I tape over it so then it can tape again. Yeah. This is this is the soundtrack to Les Mis. Oh, I love that Broadway show. That was a really beautiful Broadway show. I love the music in this. Okay, so those are my tapes. I still listen to them too. I know there's like Broadway. I know there's music on the internet, but this is mine. So, they still sell bicycle pens? What's a bicycle pen? I don't know what a bicycle pen is. Okay, so here I still have a VH. Yeah, me too, but I can't play it. Oh, the big pens? Oh, yeah. I see, yeah, the big pens. Yeah, I have a video as well. I want to convert the videos to digital. Yeah. You know, the LA, I don't know if anybody's in the Los Angeles area, but in Los Angeles, there's the Los Angeles Public Library actually has a section where you can use their equipment to make your VHS or whatever onto a digital version. That's how they spell it. Bic. Oh, really? I don't remember that. I only remember it as BIC. Okay, so here is the preschool one. TikTok Shop has a thing for that. It converts VHS to digital. Yeah, but if you go to the library, it's free. Just saying. Yeah, if you go, try your library. I would totally try your library first because it's free. You know what I mean? You can actually rent like a bunch of stuff. Like, I don't know how everybody else is, but I know like my library, you can rent out like laptops and computers and stuff. And apparently you can rent out like tools, like hardware tools. I live in Vegas now. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I don't know in Vegas. I'm assuming that their public library is just as good. Cause that state's pretty well off. You should try the public library. Like, I love my public library. I do a lot of audiobooks. So we have this book here. It's for the preschools, and maybe it can rent. Slide rule. Maybe I should try to rent a slide rule. You're right, Michael. Thank you so much. Michael. So, this book was meant for kids that are 3, 4, and 5 because they are still learning their numbers. Some people are like, you know what, that's too early to get them kids to do academic, but it's like, it's up to you. But when the kids start counting, that's when I would start introducing numbers. I would start introducing the abacus. Once they start understanding the numbers, and even like the videos they have, they're, once you get them understanding what the 1, 2, 3 is, I would totally start getting them to understand how to use the abacus. And I wouldn't be strict about it either. So if they were doing 1, right, I would get them to, you have to tilt the abacus. Oh, LD. So when you tilt, wow, your live is Wow, you're still live now. No. I just came on again. Hello, Nar. So, LD, just so you know, to reset your abacus, you tilt your abacus like this, and you push all the beads up like that. Do you see that? So you tilt it, and you push all the beads up like that. That's how you reset the abacus. So thank you, Nar, so much for the roses. Thank you so much for the roses. Yeah, did you guys enjoy the collab for the finance and abacus? Thank you, Jen, for the thank you for the purchase, Jen. I see you here. I don't know if you're still here. So, yeah, we had the personal finance. Thank you so much, Machiavelli. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nar. Thank you so much, Nar. I appreciate all the roses. Thank you. I'm 80%, and then thank you. The live goal is now achieved. Check out the goal and celebrate the moment. Whoop 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 whoop. Oh wait, hold on. Let me think. I gotta figure. Wait, is it this one? No. Maybe it's this one. I'm trying to think of something funny. No. How about interactive? Oh, how about this? Clap on. No. Nope, that didn't work. How about this one? Dancing game. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what I'm doing. We're dancing. Thank you so much for the live achieving of the live goal. Thank you. The soundbite. I missed the soundbite. No. I don't know. Where's my sound bites? I don't know if I have a sound bite for that. Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear it.
Oh, I love it.
No,
Great
I didn't
stuff.
hear it. Okay. So, thank you. I do appreciate it. Nar. I do. I appreciate that you guys are taking the time. I appreciate that you guys are all here and you guys are liking the live just to get it more out there. I appreciate all of that. Thank you. It's just one of those things, like, there's no harm, I don't know. Just I want everybody to know what it is. Thank you so much for the donut, Nar. Thank you so much for the donut. Okay, so we're going to continue on. This is the preschool. So, yeah, the kids are still learning their numbers, and this is what I do, is just explain what the numbers are. That's all it is. And so we trace the numbers, we find the abacus and how it relates to the numbers. That's all it is. The reason why I'm kind of excited, because, I mean, they don't have, there's nobody that actually does abacus related worksheets like this. They're always very boring and just, a bunch of numbers and stuff. But I wanted to make it interactive and I wanted to make it fun. So that's what I was trying to do with these books that I have. And I have a bunch of other books, and we go through concepts. We have the pixel art, and then we have the counting of the circle, and then we start breaking down like the 5 and the 9. Always like the live gang. So we have 5, and then there's tracing, and there's trying to understand certain things, right? So then after that, I actually don't go higher than 9 because I didn't want to have to explain place values yet, because I didn't want to overwhelm the kids, right? So the idea was to get them to really understand their numbers and the relationship of the numbers. So this is the pixel art, and I just wanted them to like see what the numbers are and so forth. So then after we figure out all these numbers, then what we do is we figure out we count forward. After we count forward, we come back. We count backwards. After counting backwards, we figure out what goes in between, right? And then after we go in between, then we figure out what's surrounding. After what's surrounding, like this is surrounding, right? If I give you the middle, you have to tell me what the surrounding. Thank you, Machiavelli. Thank you. Please like, share, and follow. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. And then we do comparison. Thank you so much for liking the live. So when we're doing this is lesson, right. So after we do a comparison, then the next one is we're going to start doing some adding and subtracting. This is where it becomes interesting, because what we need to do in Abacus world is we need to focus on the number. We need to focus on the second number and not on the result. We don't focus on the result. The reason why is because the result will just appear on the Abacus, right? So if I look at the number, you just do the motions, right? You have 7 on the Abacus. I want to add the 1. Can you add the 1? Can you do it? Yes, we can. I'll send a Galaxy one of these. Oh, okay. Thank you, Nar. I appreciate that. I appreciate the thought. Thank you so much. So we have 1 on the abacus. So my final answer is 8. Again, what we're going to do is we're not going to focus on the answer. We're going to focus on the number. The second number is what we need to do. The reason why is because the second number is going to tell us whether or not we're going to use a formula. So if I have 7 on the abacus, I want to add the 2. Can I do it? Can I add the do?
Come on, do it. Do it.
Yeah, I can add 2. These are the 2 beads I'm going to add. So there I am. So my final answer is 9. Again, we're not focusing on the result. We're focusing on the second number. The second number is what dictates whether or not we're going to be using formulas, right? So we have 5 on the abacus, and then we have 3. 1, 2, 3. You could do the tally marks, right, like mainstream math, or you could do the dots like the mainstream math, or you could do it on the abacus. But on the abacus, you're actually going to see that you can subbatize. Subbatizing means that you look at the number, you know what it is. So what does that mean? Well, I can actually take it one step further. I could do 50, 50 plus 30, 30. That would be 80, right? So so you could do the dots, but it's a whole lot of dots and it's a whole lot of counting. We could take it one step further. We could say 500, 500 plus 8 plus 300, 300. So here we see 800. Notice that? We see 800. Because we see 800, we can actually subbatize. We know each place value is we know each column is a place value, and we know what number it is on the abacus. Does that make sense? So it's nice to be able to know that 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. So if we know how to add, we know how to subtract. We add goes to the horizontal bar. So on the abacus, right, we go to the horizontal bar. So if I have 6, I'm going to add 6. I want to take away 1. To take away, we go away from the horizontal bar. That's what taking away 1 is. So my final answer is 5. Let me know if I talk too fast. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I forget how fast I go. So on the abacus, I have 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to take away 2. To take away the 2, it's these 2 beads I take away, and I take it away from the horizontal bar. That's what I do. So my final answer is 1. We do 3. If I have 4 on the abacus, I want to take away 3. 1, 2, 3. That's all I'm doing. So my final answer is 1. So if we know how to add, we know how to subtract. So we have 5 on the abacus. We have 5 on the abacus. I want to add the 3. So that's my answer. My answer is 8. Because we can add 6. 6 means what? 6 is 1 bead on top, 1 bead on the bottom. That's what 6 is. But if there's already a number here, what to do is you need to add 1 bead on top and 1 bead on the bottom to add. So my final answer is 7. It's the same thing if I had 2, right? It doesn't matter. If I have 2, it's still 1 bead on top, 1 bead on the bottom, you add it. So my final answer is 8. Does that make sense? So when we're looking at the numbers, right, how to make the numbers, that's what we're trying to do. So we have 7 is 1 bead on top, 2 beads on the bottom. If I have 2 on the abacus, I'm going to add 7. It's 1 bead on top, 2 beads on the bottom. My final answer is 9. And then we do 3. No, we do 8. 8 is the same. If I have 8, 1 bead on top, 3 beads on the bottom. Thank you so much for liking the live. If I had 1 on the abacus like this, I want to add 8. Again, it's 1 bead on top, 3 beads on the bottom, and you add the 8. So my final answer is 9. And that's it. That's it. So if you know how to add, you know how to subtract. If I have 9, I take away the 5. You just take it away like this. So I have 9 on the abacus. I want to take away 6. Just take away like this. If I have 7, if I have 9 on the abacus, I want to take away 7. You take away 7. 5 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and you just push it apart like that. So my final answer is 2. So we could do it again with the 9 on the abacus. I want to take away 8. To take away the 8, it's 1 bead on top and 3 beads on the bottom. And then we just push it apart. So my final answer is 1. That's it. That's it. So now what? Well, what happens when there's not enough? Thank you everybody for liking the live. Thank you so much for liking the live. We are at almost 7,000 likes. Oh, that's the one thing I want to do. So that's the one thing I've been trying to do is I've been trying to research on what mainstream school is doing. And one of the videos I came across is like, we need to make sure that the kids memorize how to make a 9. And I'm like, why? Why? 7 minus 8. If we have 7, take away 8. What we would do is we would have to do the reverse. We would have to have 8 first and then take away 7. So your answer would be 1. But if that's a negative number, you have to keep that track. So it would be minus 1. So just like how we do it on a piece of paper, right? If 7 goes first and then 8. So we have 1 on the abacus. We have 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. So that makes 9. I'm sad I missed your finance class earlier. Yeah, I saw that. That's okay. I was going to post it on the my other channel. because I thought it was good. It was about personal finance and the 5 steps to freedom, financial freedom. It's something like get a high yield savings account, invest in a Roth or a 401k, get an emergency fund. Yeah, yeah, that's what it was. It was about personal finance. So if you're looking for it, I can upload it onto the other channel. If you're interested, we went for about an hour, and it was in the middle of. So I started with the abacus, and then we met up and we talked for about an hour, and then we left, and then I was on for another half hour, or whatever. So I can put it up on the other channel if you want, and then you can just watch it. Yeah. There wasn't a lot of abacus, but it was kind of funny. He was amazed how to read the abacus. He didn't realize how simple it was. Right. All right. I don't know who else showed up, but thank you everybody that did. And I hope it helped you guys. I finally got my sword. Oh, good. Hello, Izzy. It has a reset button too. Oh, that's good. That's good. I like the reset button. It's gimmicky, but I like it. So you got the big abacus, yeah? Izzy, your abacus is pretty big. Is it like a 23 or 27 column abacus? Okay, so we have 2. Yeah. So we have 2 on the oh, I did 7. Okay, so we have 3 on the abacus. If I have 3 on the abacus, 1, 2, 3. I want to add the 6. Well, guess what? There's enough. I don't need to memorize how to make a 9. You know what I mean? So even with the 4, and I want to add the 5. That's it. Add the 5. It doesn't matter. We don't need to memorize. This is one less thing that you need to memorize. You just need to look at your beads to see what we're doing. It's 13 columns. Oh, that's very interesting. Your 13 column has a reset button. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. I wouldn't think it. When does blue become 6? Blue does never come 6. The top bead adding the bottom bead becomes 6. That's what that means. 6, if I want to add 6, we have 1 on here. I want to add the 6. We have 1 top bead and 1 blue bead. 1 top bead, 1 bottom bead. You bring it together. That's what 6 is. Does that make sense? So you have to move 2 beads at the same time. Oh. Does that make sense? How are we doing? So it only goes up to 9? Yeah, it only goes up to 9 because that's the decimal system, right? Even when we write, you only go up to 9. Right? Even if you... So what's 10? 10 is a double digit. So for single digits, you only go up to 9. That's the decimal system. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it only goes up to 9. That's as far as it goes. Yeah, because it's a decimal system. It's a 10 numerals. Yep. Yeah, I had to write all these down just in case I forget like what I'm talking about. So, yeah, can you make it 20? Yeah, 20. So we have our ones, right? Our ones is a 0, ones, and then tens. 2 tens. 2 tens. That's what 20 is. 21, 22, 23, right? 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Easy. Simple to use, easy to understand. Thank you so much, Curspeak, for the share. Does that make sense, Frankie? Yeah, I forgot about the 0. I learned something. Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. It's simple to use, easy to understand. It's not complicated, right? It's different, right? So please keep your mind open for something different.
Now open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
Haha. No, I did not catch a cold. I actually have very, very bad allergies. So like we can even, but thank you, Machiavelli, for asking. Yeah, it's just very bad allergies. And so we can count. That's 1. This is 2, right? These are pennies. That's 2. This is 3. 1, 2, 3. This is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is 5. 5 is the top beat. The top beat will always be 5. And then we have 6, right? 5 plus 1 is 6. We have 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. We have 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. And then we have 9. 5 plus 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 plus 4 is 9. So that's how this is relatable. And so when we're looking, baby milk.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
So when you reach the 5, yes, you pull that down, and then you reset the bottom ones like this. So that would be 5. So then when you add the 6, it's 1 plus 5. Does the colors mean anything? No. Colors mean nothing. Thank you. Nunu. Yes. So when we're looking, this is what a regular abacus is. And it's just the positioning of the beads. That's a very good question. Thank you, Nunu. Does that make sense? So even with the 5 coming down, right, it doesn't matter. That's the 5. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, Chris. Right? I mean, I just explained it. I just explained how to read the abacus, and people just come in and say 6, 7. I'm like, all right. So when we have the 5, right? Does that make sense, Josh? And then we add the 6. Anytime the beads are touching the horizontal bar, that's what's being counted. So the top row is always a value of 5. Yes. And each bottom row is always a value of 1, no matter what. So if I have 1, and then there's 2. But look, if I take away 2, I'm taking away 2 beads, right? If I have 4 in the abacus, I take away 2. These are the 2 beads. When I add, right, these are the 2 beads. But if I have 1 on the abacus, I want to add 2, I'm just going to add these 2 beads, right? So the idea is the beads itself. It's not the order of the beads. That's why I use this. There's no order in this change, right? There's no order. This is not always going to be 1. Because sometimes when you take away 1, this will be 1. You know what I mean? So there's no specific order of the placement of the lower beads. Some people get hung up on that. Sorry. I'm not upset. I'm just can't breathe. Does that make sense, Jacob? And Nunu and Josh. Does that make sense? So let me know. I mean, I know I talk fast even with my stuffed up nose. But yeah, I'm not upset. I just can't breathe right now. Does that make sense? Thank you so much for the hearts. Ooh, we're at 7,000. Look at that. Thank you for the follow, Cody. Yeah, it all makes sense. It just all depends on how much you want to understand. But the principles are there. Okay. So, we're going to continue on to what happens when there's not enough beads. Okay, good night, Michael. Thank you. Yeah, it usually takes a couple of days for my allergies to leave, but we'll see. Okay, so for those of you that are still here, what we're going to do is we're going to continue on with this. Now, you might be wondering, why do I want to learn this? Well, you might want to learn this because you have kids and you want your kids to learn it, which is great. Or you might want to learn it yourself because you want to keep your brain active. For those of you that are interested in like stuff like Sudoku, crossword puzzles, word searches, jigsaw puzzles, Abacus would come into here. You know what I mean? Because what we're doing is we're taking a bunch of numbers and we're just adding it. But it's all about, it's like a little puzzle. And I really enjoy Abacus because I really enjoy puzzles. And I feel like the Abacus really lends itself to being like a puzzle. Like, because you get the information, you get the concepts, and then when you have bigger numbers, then it all depends on what it is. What grade is this work? It's the fun grade, Jay. It just all depends. Like, if you start off with the very beginning, I was trying to get to the kids as young as preschool. But for those people that are very, very serious, it can go all the way up to college. But hold on. The only thing that's different is the amount of time you play on, the amount of time that you're on the abacus. The only thing you could do on the abacus is add, subtract, multiply, and divide. If you choose to do that all the way to college, that's fine. But it does not replace more complex math. This is more of a gateway to complex math. I'm in 10th grade. I've never seen anything like this. It's new to me. Yeah. So what this does is you're going to see that you can visualize your numbers. But depending on what math you're in, I don't know if it would be pertaining to you in high school. So like this is not going to help you with calculus, but it will help you do your math faster. right? So what we do is we add, subtract, multiply, and divide. I do have high schoolers that actually go through my lives, and it's helped them with their work, just because it's a different way of thinking things. It's a different way of adding and subtracting. So, without further ado, I want to continue on. We learned how to read the abacus. We learned how to move the beads. Can I show each one? Each one what? I got the books and the abacus for today from. Oh yeah, I didn't see the adult. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, the adult book is not in stock yet. I have to wait for it. So what we did is we added the abacus, we moved the beads. What we're going to do is we're going to learn how to subtract, and then we're going to go into addition, and then we're going to go into some subtraction. Frankie, can you show each one of what? The questions of adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing? I don't know how long I'll be able to stay on. It all depends on how much breath I have. I would try my best. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to learn. So the first thing we need to understand is these are concepts. These are simple. I know it's simple. But the difference is when we were in school, we were taught to memorize. I don't know if they teach you how to memorize. I don't know if they tell you to memorize your doubles. But when I was a kid, we didn't have things like doubles. That's later on. That's how old I am. We didn't have these things called doubles. But somebody was like, you got to memorize all your doubles. And I was like, okay, fine. So you memorize all your doubles, but the problem is if you memorize your doubles, it's not scalable. It's only the one thing. Right, Jen? So when we look, I want to do 4 on the abacus. I reset my abacus. I want to add the 4, right? So now what I want to do is I want to add another 4. If I want to add another 4, can I do this? No, I can't do this. Why? Because this is the tens. What we're going to do is we need to add the 4 to the ones. Yeah, I think we're about the same age, Jen, yeah? So we have our 4, right? We want to add to this column right here. What we're doing is we're adding 4 ones. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to count up. That's what mainstream math does. Mainstream math counts up. 52? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm returning 50 this month. So we have 4 on the abacus. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what do? In mainstream math, they'll say, you know what? You need to just count up. And then there's like these number lines or whatever, right? So there would be 5, 6, 7, 8. So then you know that this is 8. And it's like, whatever. So on the abacus, it's very different. It is very different. Why? Because we're going to learn how to make a 5. We're going to actually do this. So on the abacus, I have 4, right? I have 4 on the abacus. Guess what? I want to add another 4. I'm going to add another 4. To add another 4, this is what I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this 4, we know how to make a 5. To make a 5, what do? I know I'm going to add the 1. Where are you going to add the 1 from? The 1 has to come from somewhere. The 1 has to be given away from the top bead, right? Oh. So we give away 1 from the top, right? From the first 4, and we make it to the bottom. So now we have 5. Because we have 5, we can add that. So my final answer is 8. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. I do like that. I do like that much better. It just makes more sense. There we go. So guess what? We could do it again. If I have 3 on the abacus, right? And I want to add 4, guess what? I want to make a 5. To make a 5, I have to add 1 here. To add the 1, what do? I got to get it from the 3. I get from what I have, right? I don't grab some sort of random in the ether number. It comes from the previous number. So you take away the 1 from here, you take away the 1 from here, add it to your 4, and now you've made 5. Now you made 5. I wish it made sense. It makes sense, but it's so new to me. It's thank you. It's just unfamiliar. It's unfamiliar because we're doing it something different. Same thing. So we have 3 on the abacus, right? 3 on the abacus. I want to add 12. I want to add 12. But what do? We want to add 12. We go backwards. So you have 3 on the abacus. We want to add 12. Add the 10. That's my 10, right? Well, what do? When we add the 12, how to make 2 and 3? 2, you got to get 3. 3 has to come from somewhere. 3 has to come from the previous 3. So you take away from the 3, take away from the 3 and to make your 5. To make your 5. So then your answer is 15. Ooh, let me do that again. So we have 3 on the abacus. We have 3 on the abacus, right? We have 10. 3, 12. Okay? So what do? We want to make 5 out of this. To make this 5, what do? You got to add the 3. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Guess what? Where are you going to get the 3 from? The 3 comes from the previous number. So 3 comes from here. So you take away from the 3 to make your 5. To make your 5. And then you add the 1. You add the 10. So I add the 10. So my final answer is 15. Does that make sense? That's a very good question. Thank you, Brian. Yeah. Yeah, what it is, it's just unfamiliar. It's a different concept. It's a different way of thinking. But see, in Abacus world, we use what we have. In mainstream, you kind of go up and down. But in Abacus world, we do it. I've always wondered how to use the abacus. Yeah. So, we could do it again. Here is 4 on the abacus, right? No, 2 on the abacus. 1, 2. There's 2 on the abacus. I want to add 4. Here's my 4. But guess what? There's not enough room to add the 4. There's no more room to add the 4. What are we going to do? Well, we know how to make 1. We know how to make a 5 with the 4. What do? You need to add the 1. Adding the 1 has to come from somewhere. Adding the 1 has to come from the 2. So you take away 1 from here, right? So then it adds to the 4. So now you've made 5. So now you made 5. So your final answer is 6. You combine them together and now we have 6. So what we're doing is we're making 5s. And that's what we do is in Abacus world, we continue to make 5. There's 2 sets of making. There's making the 5 and making a 10. I don't know where it is. Is it here? Oh yeah, here it is. So we make the 5 and we make a 10. Drew, are all the blue beads? Yes, all the top bead is a value of 5. So if I did this, right?
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
On my abacus, I can show you 55,555.55. That's what that is, right? So if I want to do 55, that's what 55 is. None of the beads that are touching here are counted because it's not touching the horizontal bar. The only beads that are touching the horizontal bar is these two, so this would be 50. If I want to do 10, 10 would look like that. 10 is just 1 and a 0. Just like how we write it. 1 and a 0. Ha, Ray! Thank you, Ray! Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we have 10, 10, right, is here, and then 11, and then we have 12, 13, 14, and then 15. Okay, how are we doing? Does that make sense? Okay, we're going to continue on. So we have our next one. Okay, so the bars in the place values. Yes, so every column is a place value. Every column is a place value. So why am I choosing? Because I have a dot right here. This dot tells me that this is the ones place. So because it's the ones place, then this is where I start. After the ones is just like how we write. It's our decimals. It'll be 25, right? That's our decimals, our tenths and our hundredths. Thank you for the follow, Minecraft Build Bro. Thank you so much for the follow. All right. We're going to continue on. So, we're going to keep going. Because you'll notice what? You're going to notice that we have a whole set. There's a 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. There's a 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. We did this. That was one of the questions. 3 plus 12. We did this one. We're going to do this one. This one is 1 plus 4. 1 plus 4, there's not too many questions of 1 plus 4 because 1 is our single unit. So that's why I broke up the book the way I did, because 4 has a lot more questions to utilize, right? So what I wanted to do is I wanted to continue the concept of making a 5. So we have 3. Now, when we're looking at it, you look at the second number to see if you can utilize it, right? What we're going to do is we're going to, whether or not we need to add the 3, right? So we have 1 on the abacus. The question is, can I add the 3? Is there enough room? Is there enough beads to add the 3? Yes. 1, 2, 3. So our final answer is 4. So what I'm trying to show you is that you don't always have to use a formula. Using a formula is a little bit of an overkill. You have to assess the situation first, and then you plan accordingly. You work the question out accordingly, if that makes sense. I don't know if that made me sound really smart, but I had to take it from somebody. No, but what I'm saying is you have to work out the problem after you figure out what you're trying to do. So the question is always, do you have enough? So here I have 3 on the abacus. 3 on the abacus, that's what I got. I got 3 on the abacus. I want to add another 3. Well, guess what? To add it together, there's not enough room to add the 3. 1, 2, 3. There's no more room to add 3 more beads. So that's where you have to figure out to make a 2. Well, where does the 2 come from? The 2 comes from the previous number. The 2 has to come from here, minus the 2, and then that creates and makes a 5. So we're going to add the 5. So my final answer is 6. Right? So that's what 3 plus 3 is. It's the same thing with the 4. If I have 4 on the abacus, right, I want to add 3. I have 4 on the abacus, I want to add 3. Same thing. If I want to add the 3, I have these 3, but I don't have enough. I need to find 2 from somewhere. So 2 has to come from the 4. Minus the 2 plus the 5, because this makes a 5 and I need to show it. So there we go. So my final answer is 7. Does that make sense? Are we okay? So again, we could do it for the 2 and then the 1. Right? So notice if I have 3 on the abacus, can I add the 1? Yes, I can add the 1. I don't need to do anything. But the problem is when I get to 4, this is where I have to utilize the formula. Why? Because I have 4 on the abacus, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have no more room to add the 1. Guess what? I have to take 4 away from the 4 and then add it to my 1 to make a 5. Just like drifting.
If you're going hard enough left, you'll find yourself turning right.
Oh, right. That makes perfect sense. Turn right to go left.
So we had to subtract in order to add. But what we're doing is we're keeping a conservation of all the items that we have, right? You know what I mean? So, and that's it. So then this book, where is this book? This book is my +5 book. This book is available in my TikTok shop. And so what I do is I have all these questions and activities that pertain to how to make a 5. And so you get the hidden word, you get the word problems, color by number, and mazes, and the connect the boxes and tic-tac-toe. And then that's all we have. And then we keep going. These are all the questions that you could do to practice to make it more automatic. And then after that, there is the answers in the back of the book. So that's the answers in the back of the book. Don't look. No cheating. So that is this book. This book is how to make a 5. We have another book called minus the 5, but we can continue on with adding of the 10. And I think that would be the last of it. I think I'm going to go as far as adding of the 10, and I'm going to pass out. Okay, so, and it's the same concept. I do like that. It is the same concept. So here we are with the adding of the 10. Adding of the 10 means what? We're going to be carrying over. Carrying over. Sorry, I'm trying to find my book. There we go. So the carrying over means what? We're adding the 10. Hold on. I need to clean up. There's too much stuff. All right. Here we go. So adding of the 10 is like carrying over. We have, let's do 8. Let's do 8 because 8's always a fun number. Okay. So we have 8. 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. Well, we can modify our addition sentence, right? When we modify our addition sentence,
You need modification. Modify.
so if you look, to make a 10, I got to get a 2, right? Guess what? It's the same concept, but now we're compounding our information. We're compounding our knowledge. So if I have 9 on the abacus, oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 9 on the abacus, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? I have 8 down here. Guess what? How do I make 10 with an 8? I gotta get 2. Does that make sense? I gotta get 2 from somewhere. 2 has to come from the previous number. Minus the 2, right? We give away 2, minus the 2 to make the 10. So now what we're doing is we're regrouping. Regrouping. I have COVID and I have to quarantine myself for a week. Well, at least it's, hopefully you survive COVID, but at least you now know what it is. Thank you, Carlos, for going to urgent care. My goodness. My goodness. Off topic. Look into the boom boom stick for your... for allergies, really? Best thing I've ever found for hubby. Okay, I'll take a look at it. I knew the boom boom stick was for... I thought it was for caffeine. Yeah, I saw it. I wasn't sure. That's very interesting. Thank you. It's amazing. It's an essential vapor. Okay, I'll take a look. Thank you. You know what I do at night when I go to bed is I take NyQuil. That's always been helpful. But thank you, Jen. Thank you so much, Jen, for the tip. I will look into it. Okay, so does that make sense? So what we're doing is we're trying to understand how to make a 10. What we did is we carried over, right? And so it's different than mainstream, because mainstream is you add up and then you carry over the 10. Let me see if I can find that. So if I had 9, I don't even know how to add. I don't even know how to add mainstream. We have 9 plus 8. What do? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think you have to count it, right? So this becomes 17. So you do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're counting up. That's what you're doing in mainstream. Or you have to memorize. You have to memorize that 9 and 8 is equal to 17. But Abacus, we don't need to memorize that. Right? Thank you. Yes, thank you guys so much for the 10K. Whoop, whoop. Oh, we should do another party. Let me see if I can find something. There we go. Wait, no, that's the... No. How about this? It's a Cinco de Mayo thing. Thank you, everybody, for the 10K. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's the little party. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Did the balls move? No, the balls don't move. Kind of move. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. So what we're going to do, I'll keep that on. And then if we go to 20, I don't know if we're going to go to 20K before I leave. Have a good night, Machiavelli. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Have a good night. And I'll see you in my next live. Tomorrow is Friday. All right. So I think in mainstream they have to memorize that 9 and 8 is equal to 17. So that's the interesting thing. And then you're just counting up. But in Abacus, we know how to use complement values, right? Complementary values. We know that 8 plus 2. 8 plus 2. And so what we're doing is we're making this 10. And we always make a 10. You'll see this is what we do is we always make a 10. And that's it. If you know these two formulas, then adding and subtracting at scale, it doesn't matter. Oh, that was the other thing. So here we go. Let's do another question. Oop. There we go. So this will be easy. This will be easy. So we have our number. We have 1,300. Oh, hold on. Oh. Okay. So we have 1,357, right? We want to add 2431. We add the 2. Is there enough to add the 2? Yes, add the 2, right? We want to add the 4. There's no room to add the 4. Do you remember what to do? Do you remember How do we add the 4? Plus the 4 is, right? So you have 3 on the abacus. What do? We have to, there we go. Nope. There we go. We have to make a 5. How do you make a 5? You got to get the 1 from somewhere. You got to get the 1 from the 3. So we take away the 1, and then we add the 5. And then we, thank you, Jen. And then we plus the 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we plus the 1, 1. So what I did is, I just showed you that learning this concept is scalable. Whoa, that took a little bit. All right. So that's it. That's all I got. Anybody have any specific questions about the abacus? Oh, so thank you so much for liking the live. I think I am going to, I think I'm spent. Yep, I am spent. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you everybody for joining. I do appreciate you guys are all here. It's still, it still totals to 3,788. You're right. You're right. I got to get a new question just for you. You know, I got to figure out an outro music. That's what I got to figure out. My next thing is to figure out what kind of outro music I would like. Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, LD, you're still here. LD, just so you know, thanks. Oh, hello, Supreme J. Always wonder how it works. LD, yes. So when you reset your when you reset your abacus, you too, Jen. When you reset your abacus, what you do is you have to tilt it and then push all the beads up. That's how you reset it. Because we don't have a nifty reset button. That's how you reset it. So you tilt it, bring it down slowly, and then push all the beads up. That's how you reset. Oh, thank you, Supreme J, for joining. Can you do 12 plus 29? 12 plus 20 plus 9 plus the 10 minus the 1. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Sorry, I had to think about that. Hold on. Okay, hold on. That was too fast. I know. Sorry. Hold on. Let me find markers. That was too fast, Lynette. You're crazy. Hold on. Okay. Sorry. So we have 12, right? 1, 2, 2, 9. Thank you, Sophie, for the question. So we have 1 and 2. Do you see that? So what we do is we do a running total. That's what we do. We don't do 2 and 9 first. We don't do that. We don't do ones first, and we put the whole number first because we're doing a running total. We want to add the 2. So we go from left to right. We start with the left first. Why? Because it's just easier that way, right? Because we say 29. We don't say 920. We don't say 920. We say 29. So we add the 2. Can you add the 2? 1, 2, right? And then we have to add the 9. For those of you that are still here, how do we add the 9? Do you remember how to add the 9? Plus the 9. Notice here, I don't have any more room to add the 9. Thank you, LD. So you minus the 1 from the previous number. Minus the 1 from the previous number. And you plus the 10. And you add the 10. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, LD. So, sorry. So our final answer, what is my final answer? What's my final answer?
Bueller.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Jen. Yes, it is 41. So that's what we got. No, not 9. 4. Because the top beat is not touching. Yeah. Yeah. Was that hard, Sophie? What's the oh Lord? Yes, 41. So, this is a concept that you need to know. You need to know how to plus the 10. When you know how to plus the 10 and you know how to plus the 9, then you can add anything and everything. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay, how are we doing? Any more? Do you find it easier than handwritten? Had it become second nature almost? Yes, I think so. my in my life, I like to use the abacus because I like to see my numbers. When my kids were going to school and they had problems with arithmetic, I would tell them to get the abacus out. If you practice it enough, you can make it mental. You can do mental math if you practice enough. I choose not to because I don't want to. I like to be able to see and be able to feel and touch my abacus. I like that. But it is up to you. I didn't push my kids to do mental math because I felt like that there was more that they can do. As long as they were comfortable with math and comfortable with the basic arithmetic, as long as they were comfortable with that, then it's okay to, because it just leaves room for doing other things like calculus, trigonometry, geometry, and so forth, algebra. So, wait. New example. Mo money. I don't know. What does that mean, new example? So does that make sense, Sophie? So it just all depends, like, what your priorities are. Is your priorities to go mental math, or is your priorities to be comfortable with math? My priority was, I want my kids to have number sense, number flexibility, and number fluency. Yeah. I visualize it in my mind, but yes, I like using the abacus for sure. Yeah, so do I. I want to be more comfortable. I've been using the abacus for 20 years, and I still use the abacus. I can kind of do stuff in my brain, but I still like to use the abacus because I like to see it. So, okay. Sounds like it's time for multiplication. Yeah. Nah, no. You're funny, Jen. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you so much. I will see you all in my next live. Thank you. Yeah, not a problem. No, thank you. Thank you. Enjoyed your night. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to go take a shower and pass out. Thank you so much. Thank you. See you later, Jen. Oh, yeah. So I think I'm going to put that one specific one onto the other channel. And so I will send out a link. I'll send you a link for those of you that are interested in the personal finance and abacus. Whenever he was talking about numbers, I just related to abacus. It was okay. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, I mean, it's too. Yeah, I'll do that. But you're gonna have to like go in like halfway, like half an hour in, and you'll see it. Or maybe I just cut it up. I know I'm not gonna cut it up. You're gonna see it. So go half an hour in, and then you'll see it. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother to edit it. I just don't have that time or energy to edit all my videos. It's already crazy enough to try to get all the books out, to do the lives, to do posting, and to do everything. Yeah. So when you see it, go like a half an hour in. You'll see it. You'll see me and him, and so it's very different. We were co-hosting. Do you know Jenna Tools? No, I don't know Jenna Tools. I don't know what that is. Hello, J-Rup. Okay. Thank you, everybody. It's okay. So for those of you, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the likes. Thank you, Nar. Thank you so much for all the gifts. Thank you so much for checking in. For those of you that are interested, go ahead and check in onto the orange heart me around like where my head is. So if you can check in, and you'll be part of my community. But thank you, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys like it. Have a good night. Hello, Dorian. Nice to see you. Thank you so much. Lurker. You're such a lurker. Thank you, Hex. Thank you. Yes, for those of you who are joining. Dorian. I can't talk about anybody. You guys all know I joke, right? You guys know, like, hello, cold cuts. Hello. You guys are awesome. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate the banter, and I appreciate that we can just talk. It would just be funny. I'm just here to be funny. I'm just here to just teach math and be funny. Oh my God, that reminds me of Rowdy Piper. I'm here to chew gum and kick some butt, and I'm all out of bubble gum. Do you know that one, Jen? Oh, I gotta get that one. That's a really good sound bite. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, I have to find that one. No, They Live. It was a Rowdy Piper. Rowdy Piper made a movie. It was like a B-rated movie, but it's a cult. It's a cult classic. Oh my god, it's so good. Have you ever remember Rowdy Piper, the wrestler? He made a movie. Yeah, maybe when I hear it. Okay, I'll see if I can find it. Ah, I love that movie. That was such a funny movie. That one and All of Me with Steve Martin. I really like Steve Martin movies. They Live. Yes, Brian! They Live! That's the one. Wear the glasses! Wear the sunglasses! No! I don't want to wear the sunglasses! Gotta wear the sunglasses! No! Don't make me wear the sunglasses! Oh, yeah, that was a good one. I love it. Yeah. It's a campy funny movie. It was B-rated. I don't know if it went to the theaters at the time. It might have. I don't know. His new series, Only Murders in the Building, is good. Oh, I heard about that one. I heard about that one. Huh. Where is it playing? Okay. Okay. If I find, there was another TV show. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Elementary with Lucy Liu and I forget his name, Jason something. That was a good one. He's supposed to be Sherlock Holmes. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know Gabe Owner. Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah. Okay. So I'll take a look at that on Hulu. All right. I'll take a look at it. Hulu. J Rupp, are you trolling? Are you trolling or are you trying? Murders in the Building. What's the name of it? Murders in the Building? Murders in the Building. Yeah, I don't watch too much TV. The only TV I do watch is trying to find my sound bites. Only Murders in the Building. Okay. Yeah. That's the only TV that I watch. I try to, yeah. It's funny. That's the only TV I watch because I'm trying to find my sound bites. All right. So, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night, and I'll see you all in my next live. Have a good night, everybody. You love the math, though. Oh, so you are trying to troll. All right. Well, I'll see you later. Bye. Oh, my gosh. Where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Homer. No. Okay. Concurrent. Okay, we're good. All right. See you guys. Bye.